The video will not stay like this. Hi everyone and welcome to the General Hospital recap for April 25th. As always, don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss any of our videos or recaps, and let's stick to a normal filter so it's watchable. Okay, perfect. I kind of like doing an intro filter. What do you think? So today, which is Thursday, okay, so tomorrow on Friday, I'm going to be asking you for your votes for Character of the Week. Right now, it's me. I'm so honored. I've literally messed up more times after I wrote that than before. So, power just got to my head and I got sloppy, guys. I'm sorry. But this is a video for April 25th, and let's get right to it. So at General Hospital, Finn and Hayden run into each other. Griffin comes over and wants to tell Finn about his test. He wants Hayden to hear, Finn wants Hayden to hear so he can show her he's taking this seriously. And Griffin's like, yeah, your test was positive. And so Brad messed with it. Like, I'm not surprised, and I can't even say I'm disappointed, but I feel like this is all gonna get back to Lucas somehow, and then Brad's marriage will be in trouble, and meanwhile, like, where is Lucas? Like, I'd like to see some more of him, by the way, but, in any event, I don't even have a word for it, I have a shrug for it. So Finn says that he's been clean, like it's impossible, like maybe there's still like a trace in his system, and Griffin says that they'll wait for the next test, and it's seriously not occurring to Griffin that Brad is the one who brought it to the lab. Like, seriously, does he not know the bad history or the bad blood between Finn and Brad? Because I feel like he needs to be made aware of that 5 days ago. So Hayden wants the truth from Finn after Griffin leaves. Has he been using? So he says he's been tempted. Like, he has, but he hasn't used, and he doesn't want to lose everything. He wants to get everyone's respect back, and Hayden can tell, like, he's sweating and asks why. Oh, maybe he's being accused of stuff he didn't do. But anyway, I'm just kidding. So he says he did a workout on his lunch break because rehab suggested it. Felix was there and she can ask him, which, by the way, can we bring Felix back too? And Donnie, we don't even have a storyline for them. We just hear about them, but I would like to know more about them. Please and thank you. After this nurse's ball, I just want a solid month of storyline for Felix. That I'm demanding it now. I'm just kidding. I'm asking nicely, please. Anyway. Gosh. I feel like the espresso beans I ate are kicking in. I'm obsessed with chocolate-covered espresso beans right now. Anyway, so she asks about the test, and he doesn't know why it's positive. He honestly doesn't know. He hasn't been playing by the rules exactly, though. So he hasn't been using, but a friend asked him to do something that he shouldn't have, and he used hospital resources, and it wasn't super ethical. And Hayden's like, what did Tracy ask you to do? And he's like, I have more friends. And she's like... And he's like, okay, Tracy. So he wants to get back to being someone he likes. At the floating rib, Michael is playing pool. Lante comes in. They talk about Jax. Michael says he's being released because Nell refused to cooperate. So Lante isn't in the loop about the drugging. So they think, oh, that's so great. Nell's so great. Oh, Nell. But then Nell comes in. And Michael tells Nell that she should be the one to tell Dante about what she did and loop them in. And Nell's like, yeah, I'm going to sit over there. So Lante, Lulu, and Dante, I'm calling them by their couple name because it's just easier for me to write. But they sit at a table and they talk about Nell, and Lulu wants them to just enjoy their night out. Like, leave the, the drama and the work stuff just to the side, and let's just enjoy our time together. So that didn't happen. And she knew that Sunny could then switching over to Nell and Michael's situation. So Nell knew that my goodness, I can't talk. Nell knew that Sunny could have her arrested after she admitted to drugging him. And Nell thinks that, this is about having her arrested. And Lulu comes over and she asks Nell if Charlotte has said anything about her since the visit. Yeah, she loved the Easter egg hunt, this, that, and the other thing. So then Dante asks the bartender some questions about the pills. And he says that he's never seen the pills, he wasn't there the night of the robbery, and he checks the lost and found every day, and he's never seen pills in there. So they couldn't have already been there. They had to have been brought. So Michael tells Nell his whole custody history, and he always felt like it was his fault. And she asked if Michael's gonna turn her into Dante. What? That he do it now because she doesn't want the threat hanging over her head. And he says it's not his place to tell Dante. Yeah, he's angry, but he understands her better. So she never meant to hurt Avery or Jocelyn. And he's not saying he'll never forgive her. Like, maybe someday he can forgive her, which I think is even more than she deserves from him. But I'm very protective of Michael. Honestly, I'm just waiting for Abby to be resurrected. I know it'll never happen, but I miss her so much. To this day, I miss Abby. Circa 2011. I should get over it. It's been 6 years. Okay, so Lou and Dante sit back down. She tells Dante she was going to have nail spy on Valentine, kind of using Michael as some, hey, and now she doesn't have to. It's all very tongue-in-cheek and very fun, and she saw Dante talking to the bartender about the pills, so they're just so good together. I love them together, and I feel like they've been even better together ever since they got back together. How many times can I say together? So at Windermere, Nina is looking at the watch, and Valentine comes back looking for it, and Anna is listening this whole time. Nina questions him about the watch. He says he bought it for himself, and he bought her riding boots for a horse, and they come back. He bought her a horse. It's a Carmelo, so I'm assuming like one of those very muted horses, named Lumiere, and she's a girl. And then they go see the horse, and like, I had a male cat named Princess, so like, I'm not in any like position to judge, but like, Lumiere is a boy candelabra, and it's a girl horse. I'm just saying, it just bothered me a little bit, but I'm not judging. It's a pretty name. I'm sure it's a pretty horse, so go for it. So then they start getting a little personal when they come back. And, then it kind of, the conversation switches, and he says he only did bad things for money for his surgeries, and now that that's all done, like, he wants to move on. Feels very Walter White to me. And his main concern is that her and Charlotte are happy. Oh my goodness. It feels even more Walter White to me now. I've been binging Breaking Bad and Better Call Saul. That's been my work around the house show. I have it on, I listen to it, and I work around. It's what I've been doing. So then he apologizes for all the Anna stuff, and all Nina wants is honesty. So at Anna's, Anna stops listening when the doorbell rings. It's Griffin. He's mad, but not like mad, because he could never be mad at her. Anna didn't show up for her phlebotomy. Hey, I took medical terminology. What are you gonna do? And he's going to take her right now. And he's going to call Robin and this, that, and the other thing. And she's like, no. She doesn't want anyone to intervene. She says she already had her treatment at a private facility. General Hospital is too public for her. Like, everyone knows Robin. Everyone knows him. Everyone knows her. And she wants to keep her health issues to herself. And it's too much for her. So he's going to check on her, though. He is. And he's worried about her relationship with Valentine. She says that she recalled the memory. The accusations of her were right. She was very cruel. And he asks what's next for her and Valentine. And she says there's a truce. And she's treading carefully. So they're good. At the Quartermaines, Tracy says that Samira has to leave. And Samira won't leave without the painting. So Laura tries to talk sense into Tracy. How would she feel if the painting could save a relative, like a niece? And Laura is so very subtle. So she says the letter is her real connection to her father. And the painting is just a thing. And Tracy says, well, how's she going to get out of the country? It'll bring attention to her. So Samira says that she has to go. And Ned thinks the situation requires further investigation. So Laura asks Tracy if she'll help Samira if she finds out she's her sister. Or maybe she'll just want to be rid of her. So Ned comes back, and he's going to make some phone calls. He asks Tracy to bring Samira somewhere safe, and Samira faints. Back at General Hospital, Tracy and crew rush in with Samira. Finn can't treat her, though. Finn calls Griffin, and he says he has an emergency patient. Can he treat her? And Griffin's like, just have the on-call doctor do it. And he's like, no, she has an expired visa. Immigration is after her, and Griffin's going to come over and help. So he leaves Anna's. Griffin arrives. Tracy and Finn are left alone. He might not have the DNA results for a few days, and she asks if that's the best he can do. And he's like, yeah, considering I'm putting my career and everything on the line, yeah, it's the best I can do. And honestly, like, I know she's stressed out right now, and like, people act either unreasonable or whatever when they're stressed out. So like, I'm not faulting her for it. I'm guilty of it. But like, come on. I just gotta point it out. At Anna's, after Griffin leaves, Anna makes an appointment for phlebotomy immediately. Guess she did forget. At Windermere, Anna connects back to the feed. Nina opens up about her own insecurities. Misha just jumped in the air. Whoa. So how what has happened in her past paints what she sees now. And he promises that Anna isn't involved at all. So she's going to go outside and ride Lumiere, the girl horse. I'm sorry, I know it shouldn't bother me. I had a boy cat named Princess, but, like, it just bothers me a little bit. And I have a cat named Little Miss Big Boy. What does that even mean? She's named after Big Boy, but she's a little girl, Little Miss Big Boy. So she could be Little Miss Lumiere. That's what I'm calling her, Little Miss Lumiere. No one can stop me. So Nina says Valentine says he has to go run an errand. So Valentine is holding the watch. Anna calls him conveniently when, like, he's not in the middle of a conversation anymore, and I think she has to watch that for future reference. And he says that he needs to see her, and she needs to see him too. So, end scene. Why did I say it like that? Hayden is impressed with Finn. She sees who he is when he's not under the influence, and she wants to give them time, like good time. Tracy denies anything to Ned. He asks why she cares so much, and, her father is where she's the most vulnerable, and it's all about the painting. Laura comes over to Tracy, and Tracy's antsy about the DNA test. Lulu believes Nell can do better if someone believes in her, and tells Michael that. Nina comes back. Lulu's gonna be the driving force between Michael forgiving and maybe being with Nell. And then Carly's gonna be mad at Lulu again. And remember what happened last time? She sicked Brooklyn on Dante, and then Lulu, like, smacked Brooklyn. And that was when the elevator was the door, and I'm still kind of mad that we never got a proper goodbye to that apartment loft. I hold a lot of grudges. Maybe I should put another whiteboard. Grudges Carly holds against General Hospital. It'll say, Abby, no proper apartment loft goodbye, and maybe something else. I have to... Elevator door. Anyway, so Nina comes back from riding Little Miss Lumiere, and Valentine isn't there. She shouldn't be surprised since he said he was running an errand, and I'm sure she wasn't riding Little Miss Lumiere for, like, 2 seconds. Like, I'm sure it took at least an hour. And she doesn't want him to be with Anna. That's all. Nell comes rushing in to Windermere. Charlotte isn't in her room, and she's worried she forgot to pick her up. And Nina's like, oh, no, she has a sleepover. I totally forgot to tell you. It's fine. It happened. Nell's free for the night, which normally, like, I don't mind. You get a free night. You didn't expect her. Like, cool. But, like, she has to go out on a boat, like, totally inconvenience herself, and it's just, she could have used a heads up when you live on an island, I'm just saying. Nell says something about finishing up her spy thriller book tonight, and Nina asks Nell to spy on someone else for her. Oh, does Nell live at Windermere? Oh, I can't remember. Is it a live-in position? I literally can't remember. Okay, I might not be as peeved. But anyway, so Nina asks Nell to spy on someone for her. Which is what Lulu was going to do. So now who's going to look like the bad guy in Nell's eyes? Just saying. So Anna, I know she's going to ask her to spy on Anna, not Lulu. I just want to clarify that. I was confusing the way I said that. I have conversations here, I have conversations with you, and then they mix together, and I'm having conversations with myself. So Anna gets all dressed up, makeup, and a fancy dress and all. Valentine arrives, and he's come to return the watch. He says it's over between them, whatever it was. And she's like, no. But in any event, that is it. This is taking a break for 2 seconds. I have filmed like 6 videos in a row. All I have to do is watch yesterday's, which was 26, and today's, which hasn't aired yet. But I am, I get to sit down and upload all these, and you'll be like, wow. Just smacking you with all the videos in a nice way. Okay, so thank you so much for watching. Again, I am getting the points things. It's right here. I'm adding everything up. You can add new guesses if you want to. I'll make it more prominent and maybe do like a permanent display. Right now we have some nice points given out. You can't see that. Okay, that's fine. Just promise me. There's a lot of points already being given out. But in any event, thank you so much for watching. Tomorrow I'm going to ask for character of the week winners. And maybe I could do like a commenter of the week too, like to honor you guys, and then you could be displayed all week. If you want that, we can do that. There's so many possibilities. We can switch it up, do a lot of things. But in any event, thank you so much for watching, and I will end this now before I talk about like my weekend plans or something. All right, have a great day. Bye.